So today we will be starting our practicals and so some of the basics practical of our basic requirement for the practical I'll discuss here. And before coming to the lab, you must understand or you must have to have a knowledge of these things. In power electronics, first we will be doing practicals on DC to DC converter, DC to DC converter, and this DC to DC converter has two types of DC to DC converter. That is your buck converter, and boost converter. Okay, and we will be doing AC to AC converter also, AC to AC converter, and this has single phase AC to AC converter, AC to AC converter. So I'll discuss the diagram and I will discuss the waveforms later on in this video only. But before that, this is output of something. This is the output of DSO, Digital Scientific Oscilloscope. Okay, so you must have to bring a pen drive because these graphs will be given to you and you must have to calculate the output, the average value and the RMS value of those things, and I hope you must have learned that and must be able to do that. Now here there is a square shape waveform is there, and as you can see here these two are square shaped waveform. Before for that waveform calculation you are not able to see any zero axis. Okay, you are not able to see any zero axis, so that's why you must have to first how we can generate the values. So here you there are ch1 and ch2. This is called as channel 1. Okay, channel 1 and channel 2. Okay, this is your time, and it is given as 5 millisecond, 5.00 millisecond. Okay, so as you can see here this is 5 millisecond, right? So this is channel 1, channel 2. Now this DSO is split in small squares. If you can see here, dotted squares are there, right? This is the dotted square. Okay, so this axis, that is your y axis, x axis tells you about the time, and your y axis tells you about the magnitude. Okay, so in the channel 1 and channel 2, it specifies some 5 volt or some 5 volt here. It specifies, that means one square, the square which you are having, one square is of a distance of this 5 millisecond. Okay, and a height of 5 volt. Okay, so if you have to calculate this one square has 5 small division. Okay, 5 small division means one division is of 1 millisecond. So if you have to calculate the timing here from here to here, it's approximately, if you 9 millisecond, 9 millisecond. Okay, and if you have to calculate the height, this height, this is approximately, so this is your, if you consider this as 0, so it's more than this is square. If you have check out this square, it's more than one square is 5 volt, so you can expect that this is almost 6 volt. Okay, so this is how the square shape waveform, if you have to draw it now, so you can draw like this, right? So the total time, if you have to calculate from from each half, this lower half to upper half, the timing, if you have to calculate, it will be approximately, so this is your 9, and this again will be of 5, or somewhere 1 2, lagging 1 2. Okay, so it's total square it is considering. If you have to see, search for the squares, how many squares are there. So if you can able to search the square, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, and this is 4. So one complete cycle includes your the time where it again goes to repetition. Okay, so one, if you have to go for the complete square method, so this is one complete square is here, one here, one here. So three squares completely. So three squares means 3 into 5, 5 millisecond, that is 15 millisecond, and plus there are some 1 2 3 3 division plus 3 millisecond, so that is 18 millisecond. So out of 18 millisecond, the signal remains 0 for 9 millisecond. Okay, and for another half cycle, that is so this signal is remaining, if you want to draw like this, so this is our half cycle. So out of total 18 millisecond, signal remains 0 for 9 millisecond, and another signal remains, that is 9 millisecond. Okay, so this is how you can calculate the time interval of that waveform. Once you have to just search about the axis. Now if you have to, if I want to find the duty cycle means T on upon total time. Okay, T on upon total time. So you have to take out the T on time. So your T on time is 9 millisecond, and divided by total time, that is your 18 millisecond. That is 0.5. So the final value will be 0.5. Okay, so this is how you can calculate it from the graph, from this I think from DSO you can calculate. Okay, now here the next DSO graph, if you see here, it is quite compact graphs because the time is 10 millisecond. Okay, so each block means each square, this square, each square is of 10 millisecond. Okay, so this is how you will have to adjust the channel, and then you can get the width. Okay, so if you have to calculate the time period, it's like this. Now talking about your practicals, we'll discuss some of the practicals which we are going to do, and it's your responsibility to see this graph, see these basic things which we are able, which you should know before coming to the graph, before coming to the practical class. Okay, so first we will be discussing dc to dc dc converter. Okay, so this dc to dc converter has two types, that is buck converter and boost converter. And actually it has three types. Okay, we'll read later on that it has three types: buck, boost, and buck boost also. Okay, so buck means, here means, first of all, dc to dc converter means you are converting a dc waveform, this is a dc waveform, to a dc waveform. But this to a dc waveform will be like this. Okay, so this is the conversion, dc to dc converter. Now so we are actually converting a DC to into a DC waveform like this. But if the value of the output, this is my output and this is my input. Okay, if the value of your output is more than your input, or if the output value is less than your, sorry, If the input value is more than output, okay, then it is buck converter or buck DC to DC converter. Okay. Next is your, if your input is less than your output, that is boost, and we are talking about voltage. If your input voltage is less than your output voltage, and what we are actually dealing with, input voltage average value. Okay, average value. Here also average value. We are not talking about this RMS value. So we have to calculate the average value of the waveform. Here also, if your input voltage average value is less than your output voltage average value, okay, that means you are having a boost converter. Okay, so you have to check the output voltage. Now talking about the circuit for a buck converter, this is a DC supply. There is a switch. I have already told you that a power electronic switch, power electronics circuit always have an inductor and a capacitor plus a diode. Okay, so this is the basic circuit of a buck converter. So this is my VDC. So DC input we are giving here, and we are this is my load. Okay, so this load can be anything. Load can be your R load, your RL load, yeah, RLE load. Okay, so RLE load is basically a DC to DC motor. Okay, so we'll test the circuit DC motor. Okay, so we'll see the circuit based on our load also. We'll check it, three different types of load, and your out formula for your output voltage. So this is my output voltage V naught, and V naught will be equal to dVdc. dVdc. So dVdc is duty cycle. D is, that is your T on time upon T off time. Okay. So we will see the T on time of our thyris MOSFETs, what we are giving here. So we will check out the waveform, output waveform here by our CRO DSO. Okay, output waveform of our this, we'll see the waveform in of VDC, that is your DC voltage, and we will see the waveform of our current also. Sorry, voltage only. Okay, we will see the waveform of our gate circuit. Okay, so these are our buck converter. Next is our boost converter. Simply, for a boost converter, the output will be definitely higher than your uh, this input voltage. Okay, so for a boost converter, the circuit changes. Induct this is a DC supply. Again we are giving a DC supply. This will be your uh, inductor, and this is our circuit, and there will be a load. Okay, so this is our, again this is a VDC input, and here the switch is connected in this side like this. Now the same elements are here used here also, but it's a different circuit diagram here. So output, the formula for your voltage will be VDC V naught, the output voltage is equal to VDC upon 1 minus D. D is the duty cycle. So T on upon T. So you have to you have to calculate. You will see these two in our this practical. Okay, so for a table configuration, if you have to draw the table, so VDC observation table, VDC duty cycle, T on, sorry, a brief T on to, here you can say total time, that is your frequency or switching frequency, T on duty cycle, and V naught. Okay, So you have to calculate three, I think four parameters. That is your VDC, total time, T on time, D, VDC. Okay. So this is how you can go for it. Next is the AC to AC AC to AC converter. So for an AC to AC converter, that is your single phase. Okay. So basically we are actually going to use our AC to AC converter. That is also a voltage regulator. This is also called as voltage regulator. So here basically we will use an AC waveform. So actually what we are doing, we are using an AC conversion and we are converting it to a AC only, but there will be a delay. Okay, so like this waveform will be, this is your AC cycle and the output will be like this. Okay, so actually what we are doing, we are converting our cycle like this. Okay, so AC means one positive, one negative. So you are also this is by your input voltage and this is your output voltage. So we are actually converting our output to input. Okay, now here the circuit will be, you are using actually two anti-parallel SCRs. Two anti-parallel SCRs will be connected and there will be a load. Now when this gets switched on, the current flows from like here to here. Okay, and when this during the positive half cycle, this SCR gets turned on and the current flows like this. During the negative half cycle, the current flows from here to this thyristor works on. Okay, so this is how you are going to get the output waveform. So you basically you have to calculate your values, the output values. How you can calculate, you will get a CRO, and in that CRO you are actually getting this type of waveform, right? So what you have to do, you have to calculate the RM first, this RMS value. How you are going to get that? VRMS square is equal to 1 upon time period integration 0 to time period waveform equation square and dt, right? So here what actually you are doing, 1 upon time period is, you have to signify from where the it's again starts. So this is, you can say alpha, this is 2 pi, and it again starts from 2 pi plus alpha. So time period is 2 pi, right? So 2 pi 0 to 2 pi, and check the waveform. So the waveform shape is of a sinusoidal shape is here, right? So what you have to do, so integration alpha to pi. So this is your pi, alpha to pi. This is your positive half cycle. So Vm sin omega t whole square d omega t. Okay, plus from pi plus alpha to 2 pi, pi plus alpha to 2 pi minus Vm sin omega t whole square d omega t. So you have to integrate. Now in your CRO, actually you will be given it in a timing diagram. You want to be given alpha degree, you have to calculate the degrees. So like this, so like suppose this circuit is coming, as you know, in the CRO there is a square and there is a time. So this circuit comes in like this, right? So two squares are there. Suppose two squares are there and each square t is equal to 5 millisecond, right? T is equal to 5 millisecond. Here also t is equal to 5 millisecond. So each, this is 5 millisecond, 5 millisecond. So total positive half cycle goes in 5 milliseconds. Okay. Now you have to check that your total time period, that is your for full half cycle, full AC cycle, that is your 20 millisecond, is of 360 degree. Okay, 360 degree. So actually you have to calculate this time. So this time is from 0 to this time. Suppose it is 4 millisecond, right? 4. So 20 millisecond is 360 degree. 4 millisecond is how much? So that's why. So how you can 20 4 upon 4 upon 20 into 360. Okay. So this is how you can calculate. So that is somewhere I think 18. 18 into 4. That is 3672. So 72 degree. Okay, so alpha is 72 degree. So this is how you can calculate in CRO. Okay, so I hope this is got clear, and you must see the video before coming to the class. Otherwise I am not going to explain the, I'll be directly putting you in the on the this uh, kit, and you have to connect using the panel. Okay, that's by connecting the wiring circuits, and then you can do it. Okay. So remember, always remember, you have to bring a pen drive with you. Thank you.